Coffee and convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building, man. You already know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to all my people here in the building. I appreciate you guys. As always, you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me in this very moment. Salute to Andre, Gerardo, Brave. I see you, Rick, Jeremy, Raider Mike, Mike Downs, all my people here in the building, man. I appreciate you guys. Jers, I see you, my brother. You already know, Raider for life. What's up, brother? Don't let them. Man, it is what it is, man. You know what? I'm so used to all the weird shit that comes with this, but it's all good. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about it. Salute to Eddie, man. I appreciate you. You guys wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button. Yesterday, man, I chose to just watch the game with my sons. You know what I mean? So I canceled my live stream. Shout out to Hammer. He had a great live stream over there on his channel. Covering the game. I'm gonna start doing that more often during the games. You know what I mean? Sit back with my kids, kind of break down the game to them. I have one that's really interested in football right now, that's playing at a high level for a 10-year-old, and just watching the game and being able to break it down with them. I'm gonna start doing that more often. So I'm gonna get away from some of the watch parties and live streams. So just yesterday, it was last second. My son said he wanted to watch the game with me, so I ended up canceling. So, but moving forward, you know, I know my team will probably be handling those, and I'm gonna do do the family thing on Sundays for the football games, man. So salute to everybody here in the building, man. I wish we can sit here and celebrate a big W. Yesterday, you know, we started off high flying yesterday, 14-0, and then it just went downhill from there. You already know what happened, man. You guys watched the game, and we'll break it down a little bit, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm upset. You know what I mean? It does suck that we lost, to a divisional rival like the Kansas City Chiefs, especially when we were up 14-0 on them. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I took a few good things out of this game also. It's still the Kansas City Chiefs, you guys. There's a reason why they're one of the best teams in the NFL. We didn't make the necessary adjustments at the half. You know what I mean? We allowed them to get back into the game. And then it just looked like we had a head coach that has 4 games of experience. And it looked as though we had an offensive coordinator who has 4 games of offensive coordinator experience. You know what I mean? They had the better coaching staff. Andy Reid is going to go down as a Hall of Famer. We already know this. They have a great defensive coordinator. Look, they just brought it back. They brought it back to what they know in the second half, and we didn't make the proper adjustments. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Am I upset that we lost? Yes. 31-17. I think the game was a little closer than what the score kind of says. But it is what it is. Patrick Mahomes didn't go out there and break any records on us. You know what I mean? He did exactly what he was supposed to do. I think he had a little under 300 yards passing, no interceptions. He had 2 touchdowns. The big plays, you know, ended up turning this thing over, you know, to the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, defensively, I don't know. We kind of had a mental breakdown. When Max Crosby went out that series, you guys, I don't know if you remember that series, but we were up, I believe, 14-0, right? Was it 14-0 or 14-7? I forgot what the score was at that point. But Max went out for a series, and we had to kind of rush him back in because the defense looked entirely different without Max Crosby out there. The entire defense looked asleep. Salute to Max Crosby. I'm going to give him a game ball. I have to, man. For him to go out there and play through that kind of pain, still apply some pressure on Patrick Mahomes, come out the game with a sack. That just speaks volumes of who Max Crosby is as a human being, how he is as a football player, how he is as a leader in that locker room. I got to give, Max Crosby a game ball just for going out there and playing through that pain, man. That is a tough assignment, man. Knee injuries are not anything to play with. I'm just happy he gets a bye week now, rest up a little bit, and get prepared for Minnesota in a week from now, back home at Allegiant Stadium. 2 weeks. We got a bye week, so. Let me see. He was playing in pain, senor. This is facts. Salute to Silver Black Nation 24. Salute. We are upset, yes, but let's be real. AP is not in easy waters. He's trying to make a mark with the roster, not his. Give him an off season. Salute to the nation. And I just said this. I literally just tweeted something like this. Silver and Black. A lot of people are out there screaming for AP's head. It's insane to me right now. 4 games in, he's 2-2. He inherited Josh McDaniels' team. He is literally trying to kill, the culture that Josh McDaniels built up and still create a winner on the field with a guy like Bo, who's this is his first time signal calling. This is his first time calling an offense. Like all the cards are stacked against him. Yeah, Patrick Graham has had that defense firing on all cylinders up until yesterday. They came back down to reality playing against that Kansas City Chiefs offense. But we got to kind of pump the brakes on moving on from AP. 4 games in, he's literally trying to build up a culture while building a winner on the field with an unproven offensive coordinator. Give this guy some time. Let's get through the season and let's revisit. If there is any better options out there, then you go do it. But at this point, I feel like he has the locker room. His players love him. If you can give him a real offensive coordinator, someone that you can just hand the keys to and say, take the offense over, I think this team looks totally different. It does. It does. So salute to AP, man. And salute to him also for pulling Marcus Peters. We got to talk about this, you guys. The news is all over the place. It looks as though we're going to cut him. There's actually a rumor that we were going to cut him earlier on in the season. And we just chose to keep him around. But we went out, we got Jack Jones off the waiver wire from New England, AP's guy. And it looks as though he is going to be the guy to take over Marcus Peters' spot. So anyone, big Marcus Peter fans, it looks as though he will not be returning to this team at all. He found a spot on the sideline, got away from his teammates yesterday. It looked as though him and AP were kind of having a real heart-to-heart, real one-on-one on the sidelines. And I just came to the conclusion, you guys, that Marcus Peters doesn't want to play football. And also, he's a crybaby. Like, he's a crybaby. I understand that you're coming from other situations. Baltimore, a winning program. The Rams, a winning program. The Chiefs, a winning program. I just think this guy's been spoiled by the teams that have been put around him. You come to a team that is still trying to figure it out on the fly right now with a new head coach and all that, but just the effort is not there at all. Like how can you call yourself a Raider fan? Being born and raised in West Oakland, your dad's a born and raised Raider fan. How do you call yourself a Raider fan and go out there and provide no effort for the team that you grew up loving? It makes no sense to me. Like it's very unacceptable to watch a guy make no effort to tackle, to make no effort in coverage. It's insane to me. And I just realized, wow, Marcus Peters is a real crybaby, bro. Like he doesn't want to be out there with his teammates. And he's been a spoiled, rotten cornerback in the NFL, playing with winners like the Rams, Chiefs, and the Ravens. And now you're in a situation where there's some pressure on you, where you have to help these young guys. You have to help Jacorian Bennett. You're no longer the guy that the veterans have to help, Marcus Peters. You're the guy that has to help the young guys, the Jacorian Bennett's of the world, the Tyler Halls of the world, the Nate Hobbs of the world. They should be looking to you for guidance, for tutelage. It shouldn't be the other way around where you're just sitting around here looking like you just don't give a shit about playing football. When I'm watching Nate Hobbs out there making plays and I'm watching Jacorian Bennett, even if he's getting cooked, even if he's giving up a big player or he's out there trying. He's out there trying. Tyler Hall, when provided the opportunity to go out there and play football, he's playing at a high level. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? This shit just doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I'm gonna be real, I cannot wait until Marcus Peters is out of here. So come the Minnesota Vikings game, you guys, after the bye week, I do believe we will not see any more Marcus Peters. And that's cool. You know what I mean? We got Jack Jones. We got some other guys that we can, bring in and out of the lineup. I don't know where Brandon Faison is. I know I think he's still in the IR. But we still got some guys that we can move forward with. And the good thing is, too, we got some games outside the Minnesota game because it looks as though Justin Jefferson is going to be back. Him and Jordan Addison, that is a mean duo. But, you got the Denvers of the world, which they won 5 games in a row. It's spooky to see that they're back in this thing. It's insane. But we have some teams, the Colts, that kind of struggle to throw the football. You know what I mean? They're more of a run heavy teams, right? So I'm cool with moving on from Marcus Peters right now. We got the Chiefs one more time. Yeah, we do. At Arrowhead. But I'm okay with the bye week moving on from Marcus Peters, giving Jack Jones the keys to that starting position on the perimeter and just moving on and we're just wiping our hands of it. I'm sick of this shit, man. Salute to Dinah. Max is definitely a beast, a monster. Real talk. Salute to GA. AP trying to win with McDaniel's roster. Bo trying to win with McDaniel's roster. Offense. AOC has improved drastically every game. Not fair assessment to beat up AP. And yes, I have to give Aiden O'Connell all the flowers in the world yesterday, man. He had a hell of a game for us. People are still beating him up. He's not the guy. He's not the future. He's not mobile. He's not this. He's not that. He went out there and played against one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL, you guys. Went out there and threw the football 33 times. 23 times the football was caught. He went 23 for 33, okay? 248 yards in the air, a touchdown, no interceptions. Cleaned up those turnovers. He was only sacked one time, a QBR of 90.4. I cannot be upset about what Aiden O'Connell did out there at all with the beat up O-line. Salute to Colton Miller for going out there and fighting through that shoulder injury. Salute to Aiden O'Connell, man. That kid is showing that he's getting better, like you said, GA, week in and week out. I love it. I'm not saying that this guy is the future, you guys, but stop beating up the present. Okay, he is the present right now. Stop beating up the present. I'm not saying he is the future, but allow this kid to go out here and play the rest of these games and get through the season, and we can see what we have with him in the offseason when he has some competition after the draft or after free agency, okay? Like, we have to stop the whole beating up Aiden O'Connell thing. It's pathetic at this point. The kid is in one of the worst positions a rookie quarterback could be in, being thrown into the fire, playing with under Josh McDaniels, a guy that wanted him to do everything the exact way that he wanted it, or he didn't want him on the field. And now he's in a system with Bo trying to figure it out on the fly. This is a guy that has literally had to work with scraps. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Devontae Adams and Jacoby. Trust me, I know he has some great weapons on the outside. This is not me saying he has scraps as receivers. It's just they're throwing him out there and saying, go learn the game. And he's doing it. And week by week, he's getting better. You have to give Aiden O'Connell his flowers, man. Salute to him. If I had to give a game ball, I'm giving one to Aiden O'Connell. No turnovers on that defense. That first series, he went down there and drove down and got us a 7. You know what I mean? The long ball is there with Jacoby, with Devontae. I'm just loving what I'm seeing with the camaraderie that he's building with him and Michael Mayer. I love it. I think that AO is only going to get better these next few weeks before the season is up, and there's going to be real talks going into the offseason of him being the guy next year. I'm saying it now because he's showing his worth, and I love it, man. Salute to Aiden O'Connell, man. Salute to GA on a $5 donation. Salute to Old School, my dog, as well. When KC's offense is cooking, we do not have the talent or speed to defend them. We're getting the most out of the talent that we have. This is facts. We had no answer for Travis Kelce yesterday. None. And he's been beat up. He's been struggling mightily these past few weeks. And, as it always is, he gets his shit together against the Raiders, right? But look, at some point, Kansas City is going to clean up their offense and get shit moving. Yes, they've struggled to score in the second half. They didn't yesterday. They struggled, They struggled to put up 7. They didn't yesterday. You know what I mean? But at some point, Andy Reid and those guys are going to figure it out. And just like you said, old school, to be real with you, bro, we're getting the most out of the talent that we have. You know what I mean? Marcus Peters is not the guy that a lot of us thought he was going to be, that playmaking ball hawk that can go out there and create a bunch of turnovers. No, he's not the guy. And we're playing with Jacorian Bennett, a rookie. We're playing with, we're having to move Nate Hobbs around. It's tough right now. We got Jack Jones coming in to a new system. We just picked him up a week ago. So, it's tough, man. There was one play too where Divine Diablo, where just Patrick Mahomes just put the ball in, just perfect ball placement for Travis Kelce. Divine Diablo was in on coverage. If he would have put his hands up, he may have knocked the football down. I want to see better coverage out of Divine Diablo too. And don't get me wrong, it was tight coverage. I'm not going to beat Divine Diablo up about that play, but he's a former safety at the collegiate level. I want to see more coverage out of Divine Diablo. I don't want to see just a tackling machine or a guy that, can play the run here and there. I want to see a guy that can play in coverage. And I thought, when you got Kelce behind you, just put your hands up. Put your hands up and try to do anything you can to distract the guy from catching the football. I just thought that, Divine could have played that. I mean, the coverage was there, but I just thought maybe just throw your hands up, turn around on the football. Maybe you could have made a play. It is what it is. Travis Kelce came out with a big play, and there you go. Salute to old school, my dog. I appreciate you on a $10 donation, brother. Let me see. And you guys, we're 5-7 going into the bye week. There's still a lot of time to figure this thing out. You can go on a nice run. You see what Denver's doing right now. They just won 5 games in a row, and they're second in our division right now, and they're in the playoff hunt like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If we can go out there and beat the teams that we should beat, there's no reason why we can't go out there and play Minnesota tough and come out with a victory. We got the Chargers who are struggling. We got Denver one more time. We should be able to get them out of here. I know they're playing tough right now, but we've owned them in recent history. We got the Indianapolis Colts who've been lucky. They've been pulling out wins against some bad teams. I think we can pull that off as well. We have a lot of winnable games moving forward. And I agree with Hunter Renfrow, what he said. He said, with this team, we can go on a run. We can win out and sneak into the playoffs. We definitely can. Do I think it's going to happen? It's a very low percentage that it can happen. But can it happen? Yes. We've seen it in 2021 with that Raider team, with all the shit that we were, enduring off the field, on the field. It can happen. It can happen. We just have to get through this bye week, and they have to come together as a family and figure this thing out. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I appreciate you guys as always. And once again, I don't really need to say it, but my apologies, you guys, for not pulling up yesterday for the watch party. You guys know I usually do it. I had 4 or 5 weird messages that were directed to me about not showing up yesterday. And I just have to say this. I'm a family man before any of this shit. Okay. I'm a family man. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I have a home that I have to take care of. I have a dog that I have to take care of. I'm not always going to be able to do shows every single waking second. Okay. So I don't owe anybody shit. I do this because I love it. And it's a blessing to be able to do this for a living and do what I do. But I have to say this, you guys, I have other things that are way more important than this. My kids and my wife mean everything to me. They're always going to be above any of this shit. So anyone that wants to call and complain and leave messages or do weird shit and I don't need you around here. I don't need you around here. If I choose to watch a Raiders game with my sons over doing a watch party and you want to cry and complain about it, you're the one with daddy issues, bro. Like real talk. If you can't watch a game without me being present, you are the one with the issues, not me. So just weird shit with this whole YouTube shit, man. It's just crazy. Salute to Fuck You, one of the greatest names in YouTube history. Defense shit the bed. AO played great, but I like to see him create outside of structure. But at the end of the day, he's a rookie. Love what I saw. Factory. Salute to you, my brother, on a $5 donation. Fuck You with a great comment right there. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Salute to my dog Max on a $10 donation. I hate to burst the bubble grab, but if we bring in a new coach, I doubt AOC is still the starter on the team at all. Oh, I mean, yeah, agreed, Max. I said the same thing about McDaniels and you know who else, the other number 4. No, I agree. If you bring in a new coach, Aiden's still going to be on a contract. He'll still be here, and he'd have to fight for that. There's going to be more competition. But, yeah, you're right. If another coach comes in, they're going to want their guy. You know what I mean? If you go bring in a Jim Harbaugh, you wouldn't be shocked if McCarthy is our quarterback, right? He's going to go out and get his own guy if he can. I agree with you. But Max, I'm not here saying that Aiden is the future. I'm not here saying that he should be the guy moving forward. All I'm saying is, Max, that he's providing a service to us right now, right? He would do better than anything that we have on that bench, Brian Hoyer and Jimmy G at this point. And he's a rookie, and he was thrown into the fire. And I love, the way he's responding to all of the bullshit that's being thrown his way. Salute to Max, my dog, on a $10 donation. Salute to Joe. Bro, I'm taking a break from our team, but most importantly from our fan base. The amount of people bashing AP, bashing AOC after the game just shows how little football knowledge our fan base has. Salute, G. Joe, I understand completely, bro, because I want to too. I definitely want to as well. Trust me, bro. I understand you completely. My dog, man. Appreciate you, Joe, on a $10 donation. It's insane the way you can beat up a kid that's only played in like 6 football games his rookie season and a guy that's only coached 4 games. It's just insane to me, man. Salute to my dog, Intel, my brother, man. I appreciate you, King. What's good? How we get cooked on my birthday? Messed up my whole vibe. We need a real OC, and we need to press Kelsey Swift off the line. You can't run free. Hey, Intel, happy birthday, my brother. Real talk, man. We love you over here at Shieldmore. Appreciate you for all the support you always show us, man. I know it sucks to lose on your birthday, King, but real talk, man. I hope you enjoy your birthday week as a whole, and just live it up, bro. Life is too short, King, to worry about football shit. You know what I mean? When you were provided an extra year of life, you know what I mean? Just enjoy it, King. Enjoy it, bro, because this thing we call life is short, my brother. Salute to CJ also. Give AP a real OC and let Champ cook. We're going to be okay. I agree. Salute to my dog, CJ. Salute to everybody here in the building. Let's get some more comments in, you guys. He said, I'm checked out these next 2 weeks. Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, it's kind of tough, man. Yeah, let me see. No, man, no, I know I don't need to explain myself, but one thing about this is, right, we all consider each other family, right? And I do this, daily. And I've done 2,000 videos, you guys. I put out more content than anybody ever in Raider history. And I mean that. There may be other people like Mitch who have more videos than me, but I put out hours of content daily. Other people put out 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, a live here and there sprinkled in. I put out hours of free content every day. Every day. I put out more content than anybody who's ever touched a mic on YouTube covering the Raiders. So when I see people say weird shit like, oh man, you're flaky, you know what I'm saying? Or you need to do better, being more consistent with the nation and so on and so forth. You can kiss my whole ass, bro. Real talk. Real talk. Because once again, these people that live under my roof, they come before anybody, period. Salute to Norman. I see you, brother. And it felt good to just watch the game and not have to stress about nothing, man. I mean, I stressed about our team losing, but it just felt good to be able to break down the game with my son and just be able to talk and watch every single play without having to, click buttons and do all that other shit. You know what I mean? Wasted will be back today, you guys, to talk about the game also. Salute to my dog, man. Hug D's. My dog. Love you, brother. Glad you had the family time with the boys. Don't let these homers mess with your mindset. Grind when you can, and family always first. Salute to my dog, John. Love you too, bro. Real talk. Salute to my dog, John, man. My brother. And we're going to talk about more about this game, you guys. You already know what time it is. Salute to Pride and Purpose. Let me get these supers in real quick. Drop Peters and go get Leonidas during the bye week. I'm not against that. Pride and Purpose. Drop Peters and go get a defensive tackle, a proven one, a veteran one, and Matt Leonidas. I'm cool with that. What do y'all think about that, Nation? I would like it. Add some more extra, another big body in the interior of that defensive line. I'm cool with that. He definitely helped provide a little more pressure from the interior. It ain't just YouTube, Docs. Kids been wilding since they took Bull Yin Yang out of schools. Man, bro, Nomad, bro, it's just insane, bro. It really is. The whole internet is just a weird world, bro. Salute to my dog, Nomad, bro. Docs, would you rather have AP or Jimmy G. Jim Harbaugh. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Though at this point, these guys in the locker room, Devontae loves AP, Josh Jacobs loves AP, Max Crosby loves AP. In a perfect world, you keep AP. You just go get somebody that can call the offense. You keep Patrick Graham to call the defense, and we're in a good situation. If you go get Jim Harbaugh, you're pretty much restarting this whole thing, Mando, because he's going to want to bring in his own staff. He's going to want to draft his own players. And then you're looking at it like, wow, we went through this whole rebuild with Josh McDaniels. Now we're probably going through a whole entire other one with Jim Harbaugh. You know what I mean? If we have an in-house guy like AP that can take over this locker room and win this locker room over and just go find an offensive coordinator in the offseason, I would rather keep AP. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But we're going to keep hearing the Jim Harbaugh talk all off season long. During the season, it's going to happen until he either goes back to Michigan or takes that Bears job. You know what I mean? It's going to keep going and going and going. I think personally, if he does go anywhere, he probably will go to Chicago, go back home, to where he, played and all that other stuff. And maybe he goes and drafts his guy, at the quarterback position. They move on from Justin Fields. I personally have this weird hunch that if he doesn't stay at Michigan with all that crazy shit going on with the cheating and all that other stuff, right? I think maybe he goes to Chicago, and that's where he goes in the NFL. But personally, I'd rather keep AP and go get a great offensive mind to call the offense, keep Graham on the defensive side, and I think we'll be okay. Salute to VA Raider. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to Alex Perez also. My God. GA, man, being a present father is rare in our society. Bringing up the next generation is a noble endeavor. Hey, man, and I'm present in my kids' lives every day. Every day. Like, not just a weekend dad. No, none of that. Like we spend every waking moment together. Too much time. Sometimes I get on my damn nerves. Sometimes I get on their damn nerves. But one thing I'm not going to do is ever stop doing what I'm doing, being a father to my kids for this shit. It would never happen. Never. Salute to Cali boy, man. 2 weeks of conservative play and 2 losses. Cali boy, and there you have it. That second half, man. That second half, we were outcoached. Andy Reid, the defensive coordinator over there in Kansas City. These guys sat back, seen what needed to be done, made the changes, and boom, there you have it. We put up 3 points in the second half. They scored. They ended up with 31 points, and boom, we were outcoached. And it happens. There's a reason why the Kansas City Chiefs have won a few championships these past few years. They're a well-oiled machine. They have a great head coach. You know what I mean? They have just a great defensive coordinator. They got one of the top defenses in the league now. That was their Achilles heel for so long. Patrick Mahomes had to go out there and win football games for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now he could take his foot off the pedal a little bit because that defense goes out there and wins football games for him now. Just a well-oiled machine, man. We were outcoached. Just outcoached. Salute to Cali boy, man. Salute to Jameer Andrews, my dog. Appreciate you on becoming a member of the channel. If you guys want to become a member, like Jameer, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV Network, man. And you guys, I will be doing content all week long. We will be talking football through the bye week. You know what I mean? Sometimes the team wasted. Everybody needs a little break from this and other things are going on in our lives. You know what I'm saying? But we will be breaking down some stuff this week about the Chiefs game and then going into the bye week and then going into Allegiant Stadium to face the Minnesota Vikings. So we'll be breaking down some stuff. Salute to Pineapple, my dog, on a $5 donation. Agreed. Family first. Salute to AOC and AP. They are getting valuable experience. Yes. And I want to say this also. Salute to Aiden O'Connell, man, for going out there and playing a hell of a game. I believe a year or so ago, don't quote me on that, his brother had passed away. And, around this same time of the year, I believe, right? I read something where he lost his brother this around the same time, I believe last year or 2 years back. Like I said, don't quote me on that, but salute to him for going out there and fighting through that. You know what I mean? That's a lot to endure, man, when you lose someone as close as your brother. You know what I mean? To go out there, man, and fight through that, and still have a hell of a game, throw for 248 yards in the air, throw a touchdown. You know what I mean? I loved it, man. Aiden looked poised out there. You know what I mean? There's still some things you can clean up. Definitely missed a few receivers. There was a big play that he missed Trey Tucker on, but he's a rookie. Eventually he'll clean that up. You know what I mean? But is what it is. Salute to Aiden O'Connell, man. Salute to .com, my dog. Yo, bro, don't let the haters and the tough typers tell you how to move. Keep moving up, King. You know the real ones. Recognize who you are to the nation. Salute. Salute to my dog. .com, my brother. Salute to Mike Downs. Also, Docs, one thing's for sure, another drama offseason. Oh, I mean, come on, man. We're the Raiders, Downs. You know, we're the Raiders. It's only right, bro. Like, there ain't no way we'll get through a week without drama. We're the Raiders. It comes with the territory. I mean, our fan base is dramatic. You know what I mean? So why wouldn't the organization be dramatic? Our fan base is one of the most dramatic fan bases in the NFL. And to be honest with you, rightfully so. It's been forever since we've won a championship, right? And then the last time we got close to winning one, you know, we were cheated out of it. And then, well, let me say this. The last two times, one of them, we just got blown out. The one prior to that, the Tuck Rule, we were cheated out of. So, you know, it's always loving it's like loving someone that is just toxic, but they're your family. So you're never going to turn on them. We just love our toxic team, the Raiders, right? So we're going to be dramatic. Nothing like an off season of drama for the Raiders, man. It comes with the territory, Mike Downs. Salute to my dog Primos on a $5 donation, man. Is JJ a Raider in 2024? Outside of that 63-yard run, JJ was pretty non-existent. 19 carries, 47 yards, 2.4 a carry. Long rush, 5 yards. I'm going to say this, Primos. I mean, he had a hell of a game. 20 carries, 110 yards. Yes, he had a long of 63. You take that away, yes, I agree with you. He averaged 5.5 a carry because of the 63-yarder, but he still took off on a 63-yarder. And I have to say, salute to Michael Mayer for making a pivotal block. We've all beaten him up a little bit, you know, about his blocking at the NFL level. Michael Mayer made that play happen with that great block for Josh Jacobs to escape and run for that 63-yarder. But I mean, hey, man, you know, Josh has been up and down all season, but he's always finding a way to get active in the game. He even had 4 catches yesterday for 15 yards, a long of 8, right? He was targeted 6 times in the passing game. I think if AP is here, Primos, Josh Jacobs isn't going anywhere. If you bring in a guy like Jim Harbaugh, you bring in another guy, they may look elsewhere. You know, he's a free agent. They don't want to pay him. I think personally, the only way we see Josh Jacobs back as a Raider, and I could be wrong, this is just my thought process, will be if AP is the head coach. They'll pay Josh Jacobs to come back and they'll bring him back because he always speaks about the offense needs to go through Josh Jacobs. We're a run first team. That's our guy on the offensive side of the ball. That's our guy. That's our guy. That's our guy. So if AP is the guy, Josh Jacobs is the guy. If AP is not the guy, I think we move on from Josh Jacobs. We draft a young running back in the draft, and we go from there. Salute to Primos, man. Salute to my dog John. Also, I'm on a $5 donation. We're in a catch-22 at 5-7. Do we lose out to go up the draft board or win a couple more to keep AP as a head coach? What's the correct path? Draft QB. Well, let me say this. This is a great draft. We're 11th right now. If we drafted today, we'd be 11th. And you know what's so funny, John? The Saints are 12th. They're right behind us. The irony. I put that out yesterday. I said, the irony. God's personality is hilarious. We're 11th right now. If the draft started, the Saints are 12th. But you go out there and win some football games, John. You still have an opportunity to win a playoff, to get into the playoffs. Like realistically, until you're out of it, you're in it. So, I mean, there's no real reason at this point. You're already in purgatory with 5 wins. You know what I mean? And you're probably going to squeak a few out anyway. Even if you went out there and tried to, there's a few games that we may go out there and win anyway. You're already in purgatory. You're past that point, John, where you have too many wins already. You got to go out there and play for your head coach. Play for your head coach. At this point, play for your head coach. If we had 2 wins right now, I get it. And look, this season's a dud. It's a wrap. But go out there and fight for that guy. Go out there and fight for Aiden O'Connell. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that these players want to have to go draft another quarterback? No. Fight for that young kid. Give him an opportunity to win that spot in the offseason. Give AP a real chance at winning that head coach position. You know what I mean? Spot. This is a deep draft. I put out a tweet the other day that said the NFL is in good hands because of this upcoming draft, because of the quarterbacks. It is so deep. There's other guys that we haven't even talked about yet that we will talk about when mock season comes around, which is right around the corner. and we'll talk about it, but the McCarthys of the world, you know what I mean? Like, look, we already know the Caleb Williams, the Drake Mays, you know what I'm saying? Like the Bo Nix. Like there's so many guys out there, bro. You can still go out there and win a few more games and we have a full draft class and a bunch of first rounders that if we want to move up, we can move up and down the board. Go out there and win, try and get into the playoffs, give Antonio Pierce a real shot at winning this head coaching spot, man. Salute to my dog, John. Salute to Sean on the $5 donation. Bright side, O-line held Chris Jones to 1 total tackle. That's huge. Facts. The O-line looked good out there yesterday, Sean. He was only sacked 1 time. There was some pressure. Don't get me wrong, but the O-line looked pretty good out there yesterday. It looks totally different with Colton Miller. And, Andre James had a surprisingly pretty good game. Parham looked good out there. I'm cool. Shout out to the O-line. Salute to Carmen Brasillo for having those guys ready and prepared yesterday. Salute to my dog, James. AOC, at 4 weeks of first-team reps, saw 3 of the top 10 defenses. Give them a solid OC and Pierce. Going to push these men to ball out next year. There you go. Salute, James. Facts. People tend to forget that this guy has faced some of the toughest defenses in the league up to this point. Factory. Salute to my dog, James, with a haymaker. Let me see. Salute to my boy, Fred Hampton. Appreciate you, King. Thank you on a $10 donation, my brother. Salute, salute, salute. Let me see. My dog, man, Fred always coming through and blessing the channel. I appreciate you, King. Black Raider WP. He was just fired as the head coach of the Carolina Panthers. But I think you go find a younger mind. You go find a younger mind. You know what I mean? If you're going to go get an offensive coordinator, go find a young guy with an innovative offense. I'm not going with Frank the Tank. Me personally, I'm not going with Frank the Tank. But, yeah, Carolina's looking – what are they, like 1-10 right now? Yeah, I'm cool. But, Frank has it bad out there. They have a terrible O-line, bad O-line. You know what I mean? They don't really have a real run game. They went and got Miles Sanders. He struggled all year long. They got, Chuba Hubbard is the backup. They can't really get the run game going. Bryce is running for his life. He's getting sacked every other play. They don't really have any real wide receivers outside of their veteran. They brought over from Minnesota and Adam Thielen. I feel bad for those guys. I do. I feel bad for Frank the Tank. If he would have had the talent around him, I think Bryce would have looked totally different. And salute to somebody that put a comment in, I think it was Twitter or Instagram. I got to go find it. But surprisingly, you look at it, right? I know Bryce doesn't really have a lot around him. Aiden O'Connell's had a better year than Bryce. Aiden O'Connell, a 4th-round pick, has had a better – whoever sent that to me, great comment, man. Aiden O'Connell has had a better season in the limited time that he's had compared to Bryce Young. He's having a better season than Bryce Young. Just putting that out there. I know he has Devontae Adams. I know he has Josh Jacobs. I know that. I'm just putting it out there that Aiden has looked better than Bryce Young. Real shit. Salute to my dog, Raider Rob. Docs, bro, you don't owe any of us that explanation and respect. Doing the right thing by your fam. Fuck the haters and everyone that looks like them. Keep AP and go through a draft/free agent cycle and install the O in the defense. Salute to my dog, Raider Rob. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I spend so much time with you guys. You know what I mean? So, I want to speak to my real supporters, the people that really, really rock with me heavy. You know what I mean? And none of the real supporters, none of you guys hit me up saying that's unacceptable. You weren't here yesterday, right? But it's always somebody, man. And they take the love out of this shit, man. It's like sometimes, bro, even with me, I'm burnt out. I need a break. You know what I mean? Like I do so many of these. I had a slow week last week, right? I was sick. I had the flu for 2 weeks, and I still put out 4 or 5 live shows. That's slow for me. Usually I'm putting out 9 or 10 damn live shows a week. You know what I mean? In shorts and other videos. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you put out so much content that people feel like, oh my God, where's he at? Where's he at? He's not providing a service to us anymore. And it's always the people that really don't support anyway, that cry about shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you guys, this is free content. I appreciate everybody that sends supers. I appreciate everybody that's members, that buys the merch. You guys help keep the lights on over here. But this is, at the end of the day, this is free content. It's free content. I don't understand how someone who's never put an ounce or you know what I mean, or any energy into my business complain about me not being there for a watch party. It's just insane to me. But I'm over it. I'm over it. You're right, Raider Rob. Salute to you, King, my brother. Let me see. But yeah. Shout out to everybody here in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Salute to my dog, Jason Hunter, brother. It was a great holidays, man. Seeing my guy, man, CM Punk come back, Randy Orton come back, R-Truth come back. WWE is lit right now, Jason. We got to have a call. We got to get on the phone, brother. We got to get on the phone to talk. Salute to you, brother, though. Hope you and the family had a blessed Thanksgiving. You also, brother. Game was a lot closer than the score. I just said that, Jay. That's crazy. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you, King. Salute to my dog. Let me see. And there you go. I like that money. Everyone thought Tua was a bust, and McDaniels took over, and now they're the top offense. Bryce Young is in a bad situation. He is. He definitely is. But you have to. You can say the same thing for Aiden O'Connell. This offense has struggled. And if you get him the right guy next to him to call the plays, to put his arm around him and say, "This is what I need you to do," why not Aiden O'Connell too? Why not? But I mean, look, you guys, as crazy as it is, you look at the defense, right? I thought yesterday they were just going to just run through us. We have not been a great, run stopping team. The Chiefs have ran the football effectively all year long. We held them to 69 yards on the ground, you guys. Pacheco, 55 yards on 15 carries. He did have 2 touchdowns that ended up killing us, and that was the difference in this game. But Patrick Mahomes, 5 carries for 9 yards. He couldn't find a way to use his legs yesterday. Hilaire, they finally used him, 3 carries, 5 yards. We played the run really well. It was the big plays. That killed us yesterday. Giving Rashee Rice, that big 39-yard shot, touchdown. Him, 107 yards, in the air. Like, that's going to kill you. Travis Kelce, a little under 100 yards, I believe, yesterday, like 91 yards. Didn't have any touchdowns, but he averaged 15.2 yesterday, in the passing game. That's not going to get it done. He also had a long of 27 yards. Sky Moore had 3 for 34, but he had a long of 18. We were giving up big plays. They had 298 yards receiving yesterday. Realistically, you look at that, it's not the sexiest stats in the world by any stretch. Looking at Kansas City, it's just we gave up big plays. That's what killed us. And then even, that one play, it was like a 2-yard. I think it was like a 3-yard. It was a 3-yard pass to like Justin Watson, right? Where Spillane ran into him, knocked him on his ass. He got up, he got freed up in the end zone and was wide open, right? There's really nothing you could do about that. Spillane played it well, knocked him on his ass. He got up. The play was extended way too long. He found an opening in the end zone. Boom, touchdown, 3-yard touchdown, right? Like, it's plays like that. We gave up some big plays yesterday. You got to eliminate that. And I know we're playing against Patrick Mahomes, a generational talent. It's going to happen. This guy's going to go out there and he's going to make some noise, right? But it was the big plays yesterday that absolutely destroyed us. Once again, I said it, Rashee Rice, a long of 39 yards, touchdown. Travis Kelce had a long of almost 30 yards. Like, you can't give up those big plays and expect, for opposing offenses to not score. And that's why the Kansas City Chiefs have 31 points. It wasn't because of the run game. They only had 69 yards on the ground. Their starting running back had 55 yards. It was the big plays that were given up in the air yesterday. And that's why Marcus Peters is on his way the hell out of this organization. It's shit like that. You're the veteran. You are the guy that needs to go out there and provide that service. Keep those receivers humble. They have dropped footballs all year long out there in Kansas City. There's no reason in the world that Marcus Peters should not be out there making a play. There should have been one big ball hawking play from Marcus Peters yesterday. He knows Patrick Mahomes pretty well. No excuse. And I can't wait till he's out of this organization. Salute to John, man, my God. The grind up to the mountain is long, and I don't even know that word. The view from the mountaintop is always worth it. Trust and believe the juice is worth the squeeze. My dog put a bunch of cliches and puns and metaphors together and bunched it all up in one, and that shit was fire, John. Fire, King. Salute to you, bro. You fucking wordsmith, you. Salute to my dog, John, bro. Salute to Phil Maddock, my guy. That throw to Myers on the sideline was elite. However, I feel like AO4 struggles with the blitz. But, I mean, Phil, think about this, right? And you're right. You're right. But how many rookie quarterbacks don't struggle with the blitz? Most of them do, unless, you got legs. You know what I mean? Most of these guys, Aiden O'Connor was a pocket passer. He's a guy that is going to sit in the pocket, wait for the play and to develop and get rid of the football, right? Most rookies, who are still adapting to the speed of the game, who are still figuring it out, especially like Aiden on the fly, you're going to struggle with the blitz. You're still learning how to read NFL defenses. You're still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So, but I agree with you, Phil. I totally agree with you. But that comes with time, bro. It's the same thing that, like, Phil, that people were killing, and rightfully so, we're killing AP about clock management. Let me ask you guys this, man. Why would Antonio Pierce know anything about clock management right now? Don't get me wrong, he played the game. Yeah, he was a linebackers coach. He's still learning that part of the game as a head coach. Like, he doesn't, like, why would we expect him to be the greatest clock management head coach in the NFL? He's still figuring this shit out. He's still figuring it out. Like, the guy, this is literally 4 games into his stint as a head coach. It's going to take time for him to figure out that side of things. Then you got an offensive coordinator in both. This is his first time doing this shit too. So who is going to help him with clock management at this point? Who? Patrick Graham? It's going to take time. He's learning. He's adjusting. It's crazy to think that some of these fans think that we're supposed to just go out there and win every football game after all this shit that just happened with Josh McDaniels and Ziegler being fired and the locker room being in shambles and all that other stuff. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. The good thing is that we face this team in Arrowhead on Christmas. I feel like we have a lot of correctable things we can fix next time. Salute to my dog, bro. Big Al. Appreciate you, bro. And you're right. And we may be playing for something at that point. You never know. Kansas City may be not playing for nothing. They may be just done. They may be like, man, look, we already in the playoffs. We cool. I mean, what was it, like 1 more week after that? No, 2 more weeks after that. Nah, KC they'll be playing their starters. They're not going to sit them. But we might be playing for something, and we'll see what this team is made of, by that time. Hopefully we've won every game up to that point. And we go in there with all the momentum in our favor against the Kansas City Chiefs. And you guys, one thing we learned yesterday, momentum is a real thing. Momentum is a real thing. It is, you can get it, and that shit can be tooketh away. Like, real talk. You go up 14-0, great. Momentum is a thing. But when you lose that momentum, when you go out there and go for 3, which I think AP made the right decision. I don't care what anybody says. I think AP made the right decision. When you have a guy like Daniel Carlson, which I'm going to be honest with you now, he has struggled all season long. I'm starting to lose a little trust with Daniel Carlson, but he made the right decision. You go get the points against the Kansas City Chiefs. I was not against him going out there and kicking for that 3, but a missed field goal, boom, momentum's gone. It's gone. Just like that. Momentum is real, you guys. It is a real thing. And I was cool with AP going out to get the points. I loved it. I agreed with the move. It's 4th and 1. You're playing against a stout defensive line of the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm okay with going out there and trying to get the points. I'm cool with that. But once again, you missed the field goal, which Daniel Carlson has struggled. I got to say it again. And boom, momentum's out of your favor. Kansas City takes over and off to the races, and they get a clear win. Would love that QB from LSU. Daniels is a monster, man, though. I think personally, he needs to put on some more muscle mass. I mean, he has the measurables. I think he's pretty tall. Isn't he like 6'3", 6'4", something like that? He's mobile. He can throw the football. I like it. Like, I would not be against that. I would not be against that. And he's familiar with Antonio Pierce. People don't realize that, he came over from Arizona State. Antonio Pierce knows Jane Daniels very well. I would not be against going out and getting him. He is a dog. Salute to my dog, Mando. And I think I missed a super. Salute to my dog, Leo. As always, my brother. Yeah, he's from SoCal too, Graham. Facts. Daniels is from SoCal. I would love to have him in a Raider uniform, but he has to put on some more muscle, man. Because I think a few hits in the NFL level, he may be cooked. ESPN QBRs from Week 12 Sunday. Top five. Number one, Raiders, Aiden O'Connell, 90.42. Broncos, Russell Wilson, 89.23. Rams, Matthew Stafford, 85.34. Come on, Leo. And people are calling for Aiden O'Connell's head. And I don't really do the whole, PFF and all the weird ratings that a lot of these guys do. You know what I mean? But he went out there and had a hell of a game, and people are still just absolutely destroying the rookie. Just doesn't make any sense. Yes, and Marcus Peters is officially breaking news. Marcus Peters is officially out of there. Officially gone. I'm gonna bring up the tweet real quick. Salute to everybody here in the building. We're in real time here, you guys. Breaking news. Victor Fur put it out there. Breaking. The Raiders have released cornerback Marcus Peters. He had an interception return for a TD in Week 8, but was benched last night. The move saves the team $1.5 million in incentives that Peters was on pace to earn. So there you have it. We saved $1.5 million in incentives releasing Marcus Peters after being benched yesterday for lack of effort. Let's just say that. So boom, Marcus Peters is gone. And you know what's so crazy, you guys? This is the shit that get me upset. Because in the offseason, I talked to Marcus Peters. I had a conversation with Marcus Peters at 8 Lounge. I sat down with him. We talked for a nice amount of time. This is where the whole, Marcus Peters to the Raiders stuff started. When I put it on Twitter, that he told me he wanted to be a Raider and so on and so forth, right? But I'm just trying to figure out, how do you tell me that you want to be a Raider? You want to be a Raider. It means everything to you. I grew up a Raider fan. I am a Raider. I was born a Raider. This is the conversation that we had at the A Lounge. This is the conversation that we had. I want to be a Raider. And we're talking to him, and we're going to see how this works. Then you're afforded the opportunity to do so, to play for the team that you love. And you go out there and not even try. That's insane to me, man. I promise you guys, bruh. Literally, face value, told me to my face, I want to be a Raider. Always wanted to be a Raider. And then you just go out there and you completely shit the bed and you don't even try. It's crazy, man. Salute to Gio. Salute, big bro. At this point, I don't want to talk ball or engage with anyone that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Some of the tweets and opinions I've been seeing are so dumb and unrealistic. This is facts. Facts, bro. Facts. You ain't never lied, Gio. You ain't never lied, King. Ever. Some of these people I cannot even approach talking football with. It's just, it makes no sense in the world. Breaking news, you guys. Marcus Peters has been officially released, and we saved $1.5 million from the incentives that he looked as though he was going to reach. So I'm assuming it was playing time. You know what I mean? So we're going to save $1.5 million by moving on from him. Yes, Jack Jones is the starter now, Rick, and Bogey or Boogie. My apologies. He is the starter moving forward on the perimeter. Yeah, Carl, it should have happened weeks ago. And to be honest with you, they said that it almost did happen a few weeks ago. That it almost happened earlier on in the season. The lack of effort has been there since forever. It's been there since like week 3 or week 4 when I first started really identifying it. Like, is this guy really trying? Like, what is he doing? George, I can definitely see that. That's crazy, right? Go home to the Bay, sign with the Niners to try and win the Super Bowl. They can use some extra corner help. But at that point, dog, I'm sorry. You can never say you were a Raider fan. Ever. I know it's a business. I know the Bay is home. The Niners? Nah, bro. I can see that too, Reek. Maybe he goes back to Baltimore. I can see that. Andrew, I've been saying it, man. We need that additional pass rush. You see, without Max yesterday, it looked bad. Even though, salute to Malcolm Kuntz, though. My guy was putting some pressure on Patrick Mahomes. He was all over the place. Salute to my guy, Malcolm Kuntz. I'm going to say it again. I've said it a million times. I was the first guy to ever know who Malcolm Kuntz was. I wanted to draft him the year we got him out of Buffalo. He has been a dog for us, but Tyree Wilson has been non-existent. Non-existent. There's no pressure from any edge rusher, outside of Malcolm Kuntz and Max Crosby. That defensive line looked totally different without him out there. It's time to go get a veteran like a Melvin Ingram, a guy that can get you 5 or 6 sacks a season. I'm over it. Go get one of these veterans that can help be a rotational guy that can provide some pressure off the edge. Let me see. Salute to my dog, John, man. I think the team as a whole supported the MP release. They had to, brother. These players on the sideline could see his weak effort just shows AP don't mess around. Facts plus tax. My brother, this is real. I mean, bro, he literally went on the sideline and sat by himself. He literally sat by himself on the sideline looking like a complete crybaby. Salute also, man, real quick, to Carl, my brother, man, went and bought a coffee and convo mug off of OakLosVegas.com. I appreciate you, brother. Your glass is on the way, King. Salute to you, my brother. Chili, I'm trying to tell you, man. They don't know. I remember that show, Graphk, when you first spoke of Kuntz. I've been here that long, my boy. Salute to my guy. I know you've been here for a minute, my guy. I'm telling you, Oos, got to look into Sacramento native Shaq Thompson. I love Shaq Thompson. I'm a Sacramento guy. You know what I mean? But Carolina ain't doing anything. I would love to have Shaq with the Raiders. That'd be beautiful. Yep, Richard, I agree. Boom. That's AP correcting what wasn't right. And AP, if you see his interaction with Marcus Peters on the sideline, you guys, he tried to talk to him. There's footage out there. I got to go find it. Where he was trying to have a conversation with him, bro. But MP just looked like a guy that was just didn't want to hear anything. AP was trying to talk to him like, bruh, we're trying here, bro. Like, help us help you. Like, are you going to go out here and try and help this team? Like, there was a discussion on the sidelines, and AP was letting him know why he was placed on the sideline. And you could tell Marcus Peters, the body language, he wanted nothing to do with it. He may be done, man. He may just be done. Salute to my dog Lumpy, man. I'm telling you, we needed to draft any of the 4 defensive linemen from Iowa. They are coached well, and their technique is fantastic. Salute to Lumpy. I'll tell you one thing, Lump. One thing about Iowa, they're always great in the trenches. They'll always have great offensive linemen, and they'll always have these great defensive tackles or defensive, or edge rushers coming out of Iowa, man. They always build the trenches phenomenally out there in Iowa, man. You are right, brother. You are right. And they always have really good tight ends also. That also adds to their O-line, right? Let me see. Yeah, that effort versus Sky Moore was pathetic. Maul, that's just facts. Facts, bro. Peters checked out. I think he checked out a long time ago. Tyree was fighting off a block with his head down 4 seconds after the ball was released. Unacceptable, bro. Unacceptable. Unacceptable, Graham. That shit is crazy, bro. Crazy. Yeah, Chili. Look, he had me sold. Brother. When he told me, you see, I went on the internet. I started pushing it like Marcus Peters a Raider. Marcus Peters a Raider. Boom, he's a Raider. One of the worst conversations now that I've had in my life. A waste of my life. A waste of my time. Mr. Marcus Peters. Washington firing their head coach. We can still be enemy plus Jay Daniel. Nah, I don't want anything to do with be enemy, man. I don't. Me personally, Lux, that offense, nah. I'm cool off be enemy, man. I'm cool. They got that young kid, man. Out there, Sam Howell throwing the football every other play. He's out there forced to throw the football all over the place. I'm cool off be enemy. And I got a few commander partners that are already complaining about him left and right, even though a lot of that is Riverboat Ron's responsibility. But hey, it is what it is. Salute to my dog, Marcus, in the building. What's good, Graphk? Bro, Tyree is ass. Like, truthfully, as a former lineman, I saw nothing from him yesterday that shows any potential. Other than that, I truly can't pinpoint why we couldn't have won yesterday. Yeah, we were outcoached in the second half, Marcus. They made the proper adjustments. We didn't. You know, it's just simple as that, bro. Like, we just didn't make the proper adjustments because right now we're having two guys that are learning their jobs on the fly. A new head coach, new offensive coordinator. You know, you're going against a guy like Andy that's won rings and been to other Super Bowls in which he's lost. Like, this guy is a proven winner. You know, he's going to always make the proper adjustments. And that's what he did. We were just outcoached. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Look, you guys, that was a winnable game yesterday, but we lost to the better team. Simple and plain. I mean, I hate to say it. I don't like to give the Chiefs their flowers at all, but they're the better team. They're a well-oiled machine. When their offense isn't clicking, their defense is clicking. If their defense ain't going, their offense is going. And then sometimes both of them shits is moving. And boom, you know, you can see what happens. At the end of the day, man, it is what it is. But I agree with you, Marcus, on Tyree, bro. Like, we definitely dropped the ball. And is there still time for him to figure it out and get together? Yes, a lot. It's his rookie season. You know, it may take some time, but he has not shown me anything outside of just that bull rush. What else can he do? He has no technique. The guy, like, is always 2 or 3 seconds behind the lineman, you know, when the ball is snapped. He's like if you go back and look at some of the plays from him, and he's cleaned it up a little bit. Don't get me wrong. But like, this guy is like the last guy off the line. It's insane. Like, he has no skill set outside of that bull rush. And you can't just go out there and beat up O linemen in the NFL. These guys are some tough motherfuckers. They're bigger than you. You think you're just going to bull rush your way to the quarterback? That's not going to happen. These guys are bigger than you, Tyree. Some of these guys are bigger than you. A lot of these guys are stronger than you. You have to have a bag in the NFL. You have to have a skill set. You have to provide a spin move, something, a swim move, something like what? Where is it? Hopefully it comes with time. But right now, we definitely, Josh McDaniels and Zeke definitely dropped the ball with that pick. Jalen Carter. I know, money, and that's what's crazy. Spin move, swim move, and you're playing on opposite side of Max Crosby, right? You would think that he would have already adapted that, adopted what he does. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. Salute to my dog, man. Raider Nation 2447, my boy. Graphk, I rock with Shillmore hard. Thanks for keeping it real and consistent with the content. Respect from the 831, Monterey Bay, California. Salute to my guy, Raider Nation, man. I appreciate you, man. I love Monterey Bay, man. I used to go out there all the time to the what is it? The aquarium and shit, man. Salute to Monterey Bay. Doc's forced fumble, 2 sacks, but looking like Cleve Furl 2.0. Salute to my boy Zahn in the building. I see my boy David Zahn. Salute to everybody here, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys, the score really doesn't dictate. It looks bad. It looks really bad. Yeah, the second half wasn't great. Yeah, we dropped the ball. But I mean, you know, the offense was clicking for a little bit. We just got to be more consistent. Jacoby Myers, 6 receptions, 79 yards and a tutty. You know, a long of 33 yards. Once again, Myers proving that he could be a wide receiver 1 on a lot of teams in the NFL. He is a high-end wide receiver 2 for us. Devontae, 5 receptions, 73 yards. No tutties, but he also had a long of 33 yards. A beautiful one, too. Hunter Renfrow, getting him back involved, back-to-back catches from him at one point. 4 for 38, a long of 16. He was targeted 4 times. That's what you want to see from Hunter Renfrow. Michael Mayer proving with that block that he's getting it together. He was the one that opened up that gap for Josh Jacobs to run off of that 63, 64-yarder, right? 2 for 27, a long of 17 yards. Josh Jacobs, you know, provided a little bit in the passing game, 4 for 15, a long of 8. Austin Hooper had 1 for 14 that set up that nice first down for us. Amir Abdullah, 1 for 2. We had 248 yards in the air yesterday, you guys. And Aiden O'Connell spread the football around. I just named a bunch of guys that caught the football. But once again, in the run game, you're looking at it. Josh Jacobs, 20 carries for 110 yards. Where is this running back to? Where is this running back to that when Josh can't run the football effectively, where is the guy that can come in and take over for Josh Jacobs? It's not Amir Abdullah. 1 carry for 11 yards. He's the third down back. Jacoby Myers had a carry for 2 yards. Zamir had 1 carry for no yards. Where is the running back to? Where's the running back to? I'm waiting for us to really go get a guy that can help spell Josh Jacobs when he needs a break, when it's not clicking for him. I'm trying to figure out why we have not figured out that running back 2 spot yet. Zeus is clearly not him. Amir Abdullah is clearly the third down back. You know what I mean? And there was a play, you guys, that I was really upset about also. It was what was it? Was it a third down? I think was it a third down? Where we threw a screen pass to Amir Abdullah, right? When I felt like it was like a 3rd and 8, somewhere around there. I could be wrong. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, somewhere around there. And I think it was the 3rd and long. I could be wrong. But like, don't quote me on it. But bro, they went to the screen pass to Amir Abdullah. You should have threw the football. Like at that point, stretch the field, throw the football. Like I'm starting to see Aiden throw the ball down the field. I'm starting to see him throw the ball down the field. At some point, take a shot. Take a shot. These little screen passes, take a shot. Yeah, both fourth and 1 plays should have been sneaks. I agree. That I hate when they do these 4th and 1s and they get in shotgun formation and they have Josh all lined up all weird in the backfield. Like, why do that? Why do that? It was 3rd and long. There you go, JC. Facts. 3rd and long. The trick play, right? The trick play too. There was a few plays where it's like, why'd you call them when you called them? Because we've been asking for some more screens, but why call it in that specific situation? Why call the flea flicker in that specific situation? We were damn near bleeding to death at that point. Like, why do that? Why do that? Why do all that extra work where Jacoby just throws the football away? Like, I love that play, but call it in the right situation. Situational football. Read the room. Like, we were damn near bleeding to death, and then you do a flea flicker, and at that point, we bled to death. Real talk. But like that one screen pass, I don't know why it really just irked me. You should have took a shot down the field, man. You should have took a shot down the field. Should have took a damn shot down the field. Trey Tucker wasn't used. I don't get it. George, I mean, we looked his way a few times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he was only targeted once, but you're right. We need to find a way to utilize him more, though. We do. And there was one play where he was wide open. AO just missed him. AO didn't even look his way. There was one play where Tucker could have had a walk-in tutty. He just completely missed him. I'm gonna try and bring that play up. I'm gonna look for that play. But there was a specific play where the speedster got behind the defense and Aiden just didn't find him. Salute to everybody here in the building. I appreciate you guys as always, man. 800 plus people in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Shout out to Baylor. Not Raider related, but how about that CM Punk return? Keep up the good work, my Raider brother. That shit had me, bro. I was screaming throughout the house, bro. Me and my sons was going crazy. Loved it, bro. Salute to my boy Baylor Dre. Can't wait for Monday Night Raw tonight, man, to watch him come back and start that program with him and Seth Rollins. Graham, there you go. Yep, it was the play where he went to Jacoby Meyer. Good thing is we scored in that drive. Facts. But it was just certain, you know what I mean? There you go. But that was the one. It was a first down to Renfro instead of a TD to Tucker. That was the play, Primos. That was the play. And mind you, you got the first down. Not going to beat him up about it, but like, you missed him. Yeah, he was under pressure, Jerz. He was, and he's a rookie. He's got to take his bumps and bruises. You know, it is what it is. Give the Bears a third for Fields. Vinny, they'll get way more from that, more than that from somebody else. Real talk. I like Justin Fields. I don't care what anybody says. Me personally, if they would take a third, I would do that all day, every day. He's been a guy that's just been given just a shit end of the stick out there in Chicago. Terrible coaching staff, terrible upper management, terrible O-line, not the just no real threats. They finally went and got DJ Moore for him, but they're still shit in the bed. I like him, but you'd have to give up more for Justin Fields. But I'm almost positive that the new coaching staff is going to come in and use one of those early draft picks to go get a quarterback of the future. I think he's gone. And I wouldn't be against bringing in Justin Fields at all. I know some of y'all may try to beat me up about it. I don't care. I like Justin Fields, a guy that can get out of the pocket, make every throw. I like Justin Fields. If you put him in the right situation, give him a nice O-line with the weapons that we have on the outside, and then Trey Tucker and Hunter Renfrow and Michael Mayer. Come on, man. He could cook. He could cook. I had him personally as a dark horse, and I was off. He was hurt. Chicago ended up shitting the bed. I had him as like a dark horse kind of MVP candidate. The year prior, he ran for over 1,000 yards with a terrible team. Fields is nice. Fields is nice. Yeah, he's a definition of a mobile quarterback, but LT, and he can make the plays. He can make the throws. There you go, Graham. I like that. Justin Fields is a bigger Jaden Daniels with NFL experience. I would definitely make a call to them. And we know that Champ Kelly has the rapport with them, right? Champ Kelly has the rapport. Yo, Chicago, what do y'all want? I want my guy. Eris, what system? You say Justin Fields won't fit our system. What system is that? We don't have a system. We don't have a system at all. Our OC right now is asking the players what they want to run. We don't have a system. There is no system. It's Josh, what do you want to do? It's Aiden, what do you want to do? There's no real system there. Kirk Cousins, no, James. And he'll probably end up going back to Minnesota. Salute to my dog Marcus, man. Imagine having a 1-2 punch like Detroit at running back. Yes, Gibbs and David Montgomery. We'll say Aiden showed lots of poise. Andre James didn't get bullied by Jones. You're right, brother. We are trending in the right direction. I can see this team winning 4 or 5 minimum. Definitely. We definitely can. But will we? We definitely can, though. And Hunter even said it. He said we can go on a run right now. Salute to my dog Marcus, man. I would love a David Montgomery Gibbs duo, man. That takes so much pressure off your quarterback, Marcus. It takes so much pressure off the offense as a whole when you have that 1-2, that thunder and lightning like Detroit has with Gibbs and David Montgomery. Kingtown, I talked about it, brother. I like him. I'm a fan. I just think he needs to put on more muscle. He can make the throws. He can use his legs. He has the measurables. He just needs to put on more muscle. I think that he's one hit away from in the NFL from being down and out. But Black Tie Raider, this is the thing, right? We know that Andre James isn't that guy at the center position, bro. We know that, but you still got to give him his flowers when he has a good game. Yeah, I mean, bro, Chris Jones is one of the greatest defensive tackles in the league. You have to give him his flowers. But we're used to having a Rodney Hudson for so many years, a center that just can get it done, right? That you bring in Andre James and it's like, what happened? Everybody's not going to be Rodney Hudson in his prime. You know what I mean? If Andre has a good game, give him his flowers. You know what I mean? If he shits the bed, cook him. Shit, I do. But, bro, if he had a good game and Chris Jones was pretty silent yesterday, you got to give him his flowers, King. But I do believe that we need to upgrade that position in the draft. I do. Let's see. Yeah, Eris, it was nice seeing them play so well in the first half. We just make bad decisions in the second half. They just don't make the proper adjustments. That's what great teams do. That's what great coaching staffs do. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. And this may sound like shit. Yeah, we went out there and got 14 points. We did a good job. Man, bro, I'm going to be real with you. KC was playing with their food, man. KC was playing with their food, man. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I'm just being honest. KC was playing with their food, man. Y'all ever see a leopard or like a lion or some shit in the jungle, go get a baby deer or some shit, or a baby whatever the hell, right? And just slap it around because it's already full, and just kind of keeping it around them and slapping it around a little bit, right? Just keeping it close. So whenever its stomach digests the last meal it had, it already has something on deck. That's what happened. They were just playing with their food, bro. They knew they were going to make the proper adjustments in the second half. They watched what we did. They seen what we did. They played around with us. And boom, in the second half, that's what happened. So I know y'all don't want to hear that analogy, but it's just real shit. The Kansas City Chiefs are the better team, and they played with their food in the first half. Yep, like orcas flying around the seal. Yep, flying the seal around before they eat it. There you go. Just play with it. Just play with the food. Yeah, they didn't look challenged at all. At one point, it just looked like Patrick Mahomes is low-key bored. He's like, okay, are we going to hit the Jets now? Or are we going to wait till the third quarter? Okay, cool. Are we going to wait till middle of the second? Oh, okay, cool. Be real with you, man. Bro, they knew they were facing an injured Max Crosby. He looked injured. I've never seen Max Crosby almost give up on a play. I seen a few of them yesterday, you guys. Like actually more than a few. And Max didn't give up. That was just he couldn't move. He couldn't move. They knew what they were playing against yesterday. Man. They could just pick their poison on the defensive side of the football, man. On the offensive side of the football. They can just throw it around because Max could not finish a play. Yeah, he got that sack, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Malcolm Kuntz created that with the pressure from the other side. Malcolm Kuntz created that Max Crosby sack, you guys. He created the pressure from the other side to move up Patrick Mahomes around in the pocket, and Max fell into him. They knew what time it was. Max was so hurt. He was finished yesterday. He was fit. Yeah, and you're right, Lumpy. Max played a lot of contain yesterday. Facts. But let's just keep it a buck, you guys. The KC knew what time it was. They knew we were reeling. You know what I mean? They knew our best player couldn't put forth his best effort. They knew what time it was. They were playing with their food. Salute to my brother Jersey, man. I definitely think we need a new OC, but most of these good OCs are going to be looking for a head coaching job. This is facts. That's why we may have to go look at a guy at the collegiate level, Jersey. I don't know how we can keep AP and bring in a proven offensive mind, play caller to just be an OC here. That's how you do it at the collegiate level. Most of these guys, like Ben Johnson in Detroit is going to probably get a head coaching spot. And if he doesn't, he'll stay in Detroit because he probably loves the personnel that he has over there. But the only way you do it, Jersey, is you go get a guy at the collegiate level that's looking to make his way up the rankings to become a head coach. That's how you do it. Salute to my guy, Jersey Raider. Silent. How is AP not the guy? How is AP not the guy? He went out and beat both New York teams back to back. The locker room loves him. All his players love him. He had us almost beat the Miami Dolphins. A few plays could have went the other way. We could have beat the Miami Dolphins in Miami, and we played a hell of a game against the Kansas City Chiefs. We just shit the bed in the second half. Like I'm not here to say he is the guy, but tell me why he's not the guy. I'm not saying he is the guy. I'm just saying, tell me, please, why he's not the guy. After 4 games, you have no real argument. You don't. This guy's not responsible for calling the offense. Silent. This guy's not responsible for the personnel that he has right now. This is Josh McDaniels' team. People tend to forget. This is Josh McDaniels' team. He built this team in the image that he sees fit. Literally, AP is killing, literally slaughtering the culture that Josh McDaniels created in order to create a better product on the football field. Could you imagine trying to rebuild a culture while trying to create a winning program? He's doing 2 things at once. Not even two. He's doing three things at once. He's creating a brotherly camaraderie in that locker room where these guys love each other and they're going to fight for each other, while also creating a new culture in the locker room, creating a new culture on the field, and then creating a new product. How? Like, bro, the patience that some of you people have now is insane. Like, it's insane. Like, we really live in a microwavable society where no one wants to put anything in the oven anymore. No one wants to make a meal. No one wants to enjoy the process, make some soul food. Give this man a chance to make some soul food. Y'all want some microwavable shit just over and over and over, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, he's going to be horrible with clock management. This is his first time being a coach, as a head coach. That comes with time. It comes with time. You expect him to be the greatest clock management head coach in the NFL after 4 games? And then you say he doesn't like taking chances in big games? Last week, he just went for it twice on 4th down to try and score. All right, Silent. Love you, King. Have a great day, man. There you go, Oakland fan. Instant gratification. Nobody wants to, sit there and watch the meal be prepared. Really put your foot in that bitch. You know what I mean? Like Big Mama did in Meadowview when I was growing up. Tamashanner and Farron. Big Mama put her foot in that shit. And it took hours. And we would sit there and watch the process and watch it and just wait. And that shit would hit so hard when it was done because it took time. It took time. Blood, sweat, and tears. It's trending in the right direction. This is facts, Chuck. Facts. Facts, my brother. Facts, Fred. Graphk. We've become accustomed to toxic culture of complaining. Change is painful, especially when it impacts those to fail to comprehend it. I love that comment, man. Salute to my brother Fred, man. Yeah, he deserves a break, in my opinion. He's learning. He loves this team. A guy also that loves the Raiders. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, she put love in them meals, Jamar. I'm trying to tell you. I'm tired of waiting. We've been losing for years. Silent. We all are. We all are. Let me ask you, Silent, how old are you? Don't lie. Be honest. If you're 12, 13, say it. If you're 25, say it. If you're 65, say it. I want to know how old you are. How old are you? Because we're all tired of this shit. We're all tired of it. We're all tired of losing. We are. But we also understand how life goes. You're going to be thrown curveballs all over the place. You're going to be thrown some shitty situations that you have to deal with. You're 22. There you go. Silent, you haven't been through anything yet, brother. You haven't been through anything yet. You haven't been through anything yet, man. You haven't been through nothing yet, bro. You're a young man, brother. Be patient. Because you know what? You know what's funny? When we become that perennial playoff team and we're playing for something every year, it's going to be so much worth the wait. Going through all this hardship and all this bullshit to get to that point, it's going to happen. It's going to happen at some point, bro. Every team has their shot. Every team has their time. Right now, the Chiefs have their time. The Philadelphia Eagles have their time. Every team at some point has that time where they're good. They're there every year fighting for that spot. We're going to get back to that spot, but we have to be patient. We have to really, really watch this thing be built from the inside out. You know what I mean? Like, we can't just continue to do the same shit over and over and over, because that's why we continue to be the program that we are now. Salute the pace. If we won 15 games, the last 2 losses would probably be the ones that had AP. That was AP's 2 hard-fought losses against elite teams. With him, we could realistically win 4 out of the last 5 games. Factory, brother. Factory. Salute to my dog Pace with a great comment. It's solid. This is not me, brother, beating you up or no shit like that, brother. Like, I rock with you heavy. I'm just saying, you young, man. You haven't been through it yet, bro. Like, I know guys, my OGs, they're 65, 70 years old that's been there every step of the way. I'll be 40 in January. I've never seen a Super Bowl in my life. You know what I mean? But I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, and it's funny because we can always say, I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. We're still going to be here. We're not going anywhere. Salute to Arlen. Rome was not built in a day at all. Oh, silent. It's love. It's love, King. Rome was not built in a day, though. Arlen, talk that shit. There you go. Tamashander, baby. Tamashander and Farron. Grant, and that's what I'm doing. I don't know what you mean, bro. We got to keep it real. We are keeping it real. It sucks losing. It sucks having to try and figure this thing out every 4 years, another rebuild. Yeah, it sucks, man. But keeping it real, Grant, we're going to be here anyway. Because Raider fans are different. There's Kansas City fans that became Chiefs fans because they're winners now. There's people that became Warriors fans now, right? Look, bro, I grew up in Northern California, bro. And yes, I was an hour away from Oakland and Sacramento. So I can name on one hand how many Warriors fans I knew growing up, right? People go to winners. Guess what? Raider fans were different. We love this team, win, lose, or draw. Most of the time you don't see a team go from being this fan to being a Raiders fan. We were born into this shit. This is who we are. It's who we are. We're not Warriors fans, fickle at, and I'm saying that. Yes, I'm saying that. No Chiefs fans that just became Chiefs fans because they're winning now. You know what I mean? We're not, we can keep going. Raider fans are different, man. Raider fans are different. We're going to be here regardless. We can cry all we want in the comment section. I can cry all I want on screen. At the end of the day, we're going to be here regardless. So it is what it is. Blood in, blood out, Dan. There you go. And I mean, look, I'm not against it. Me personally, I would look elsewhere. I know that Derek Barnett can play the run pretty well, and he can set the edge for us a little bit. He's just not a guy that can get to the quarterback a lot. You know what I mean? And I want somebody that's a proven sack artist that can get to opposing quarterbacks. I want a guy that can make the big plays. Bill Air Force Base during the 90s. No one cared about the Warriors. Timmy, I'm trying to tell you, man. At all. Gio is tough because years of mismanagement, firing coaches, bad draft picks has us in this situation, but we're middle of the pack, just like 80% of the league. That last part was the best part of that $5 super from my brother Gio. But we're in the middle of the pack, just like 80% of the league. Everybody's going through the same shit. Salute to Gio, my dog, man. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to Pace once again. I'm not the only one who thinks our defense will be better without Peters, am I? Shit, bro. It can't get any worse. He was a nobody out there, Pace. Outside of that one, pick 6 against the Detroit Lions, what has he done? He hasn't done anything. I think he's it's a waste of time keeping him on that roster. You're right. I think Jack Jones is going to go out there and ball out, though. Let me see. Salute to Marcus. People complaining about losing for years don't know football. Look at Detroit. They were losing for 40 years. Now they finally becoming good. Shit, Marcus, we can continue to go down a long list of teams. Let me close this door real quick, y'all. Hold on. We can go through a long list of teams. Damn. Yeah, my dog opens up the door. Just opens up the door on her own. The Cincinnati Bengals. The Chiefs. A team that was bad for a long time. Shit, the Philadelphia Eagles. We can continue doing this. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I agree with you, brother. Real talk, man. People got to just sit back and just enjoy the ride, man. Yeah, it sucks. We took 2 L's back-to-back against 2 really good teams in the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. It sucks. It is what it is, though. You know what I mean? Like, you take it for what it is. Honestly, realistically, we're Raider fans, so we assume that maybe we could pull off one of these wins. But honestly, you guys, in the back of all of our minds, we all thought this team was going to lose to the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. We both, in the back of our minds, thought we can beat the Jets and the Giants. And we were right. But realistically, most of us, yeah, my dog is drinking water and shit. Realistically, in the back of our minds, our fandom right here is saying, go out there and beat these teams. But back here, we're saying, come on now, man. Let's just keep this shit a buck. I mean, let's make this a game. Let's just make it a game. Let's make it a game. You know what I mean? And we did that. We did that. For the first half, you know, we had the Chiefs, you know, on the edge of their seats. The Miami Dolphins, the whole game, we played them well. So, yeah. AR, yes. Devontae will be a Raider next year. He will be a Raider. He'll be a Raider for a long time. Let me see. I'm looking at Twitter real quick. And we have released, also, you guys, we released safety. Roderick Teamer. Cut. Out of here. Palomau season, baby. For those who have no idea what happened with Teamer, the night before the game, caught a DUI in Las Vegas. Unacceptable. Out of there. I love it. Roderick Teamer and Marcus Peters gone back to back. I love it. I am here for this. I am here for this. 2 DBs. Now you get to see Chris Smith, some more Palomau, right? Now we get to see Jack Jones, our guy that came over from New England. You know what I mean? I'm cool with this. I like these moves. Teamer was a good special teamer. No, you know, no pun intended. But I'm cool with this. I want to see more Chris Smith. I want to see the young guys. I want to see Palomau. I love this. I love this. Josh McDaniels would have kept both of those guys through the season. Real talk. Josh McDaniels would have kept them both throughout the whole season. He would have kept Marcus Peters, and he would have kept Roger Teamer throughout the season. Take accountability. Factory. Me too. And I've been waiting to see what Chris Smith can do at the NFL level, man. A guy that was a leader, a captain on that Georgia defense, a guy that is a dog. I want to see more Chris Smith. I want to see what he can bring to the table. That was one of my favorite pickups in the draft, actually. I thought it was like one of the most underrated pickups that we grabbed was Chris Smith, and we just haven't really gotten an opportunity to see him like that. Oakland, you're not going to get rid of Bolden. You're not. I don't think people realize how good of a special teams player he is. He'll be gone in the offseason. He'll be gone. Josh McDaniels guy will be out of here. But he is a really, really good special teams guy. He is a really good gunner. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy get down the field and stop some guys in special teams. He is a good for the money he's getting paid, not worth it. But you keep him around till off season, man. It is what it is. As long as we continue to beat the teams we're supposed to and stay competitive against the elite, AP should get the job. Ramel, I love that comment, brother. As long as we continue to beat the teams we're supposed to and stay competitive against the elite, AP should get this job. I agree. I like that. Phenomenal comment from our brother Ramel, man. I like that. I'm expecting a more realistic audit of our team postseason under the current head coach. Yeah, we're still paying Chandler Jones solid. Another Josh McDaniels guy. Another Josh McDaniels guy. Yeah, Bernard, and this is a good thing, man. We got guys that are beat up right now. We needed this bye week more than anybody. I hate that we have to wait till week 11, week 12, week 13 for a bye week. But God, bro, like this is a chance for Colton Miller to get healthy on the left side of that O-line. This is a good chance for Max to sit down, let that knee get right, you know, through the bye week, get ready for Minnesota. A lot of these guys are beat up right now. And to be honest with you, you kind of want your players to be beat up at this point of the year, because if they're not fighting. Like, most players are beat to shit at this point of the season, man. So we needed this bye week more than anybody. Let me see. I'm proud of some of y'all in the comments today, but because goddamn. Salute to my brother LV Maximus. Oh, yo, LV, I want to tell you this real quick too, man. So I decided I was going to do my 40-year-old birthday party out here in Dallas, get a big Airbnb, have all the guys fly in, with their wives. We're going to do a big spot. We're doing it at Vegas now, LV. So anybody that's in the area in Vegas, January 6th, the weekend of the Broncos game at Barcode Burgers, I'm doing my 40th birthday party at Barcode. We're going to kick it, have drinks, hang out, cigars. So make sure you guys pull up January 6th. I believe the game is the 7th. That's Sunday. So that Saturday, I'll be flying in that Friday. But we'll be doing my 40th. I'm going to put a flyer together and do something at Barcode Burgers in Las Vegas. So if you guys are in the area, pull up. We're going to be deep. A bunch of my close family and friends, you know what I mean? Would love to see some of my subscribers pull up, man, and come kick it with me, man. Hopefully we see more of Nesta, Jade, and McCormick. At this point, Junior, I kind of just given up on the whole idea of Sincere playing. I just don't see it. I don't see it. This late in the game, I really don't. I don't think it's going to happen. And Nesta Jade, no one knows him better than our head coach, Antonio Pierce. So for him not to be playing him, I'm kicking back. Nah, hey, Hammer, look, bro, you and Big Mike's birthday is later in January. Y'all not taking no thunder from my 40th, motherfucker, at all. Yeah, we can celebrate your shit Friday night or something. Saturday night is my 40th, motherfucker. Look, fuck that. Greedy. I'm being greedy. You only turn 41 times, shit. Let me see. LV, see you soon, brother. Yep, I like that, George. Bye week, a good time to get some more plays under their belt. Facts. And get that defense going, because after the bye week, y'all, it's about to get intense. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. That's all I'm going to say. With us cutting Marcus Peters, we're in for a ride. We're in for a ride. That's all I'm going to say. My birthday is January 15th. We're just going to do it a week early. January 15th, but we're going to do it a week early because it's the last Raider game of the season. We want to get, just one last hurrah with our team in case they're not in the playoff picture. I'll probably be at the game, D-Train. I'll probably end up going to the game and doing a J-Lot and all that other stuff. Richard Hardy, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, you guys, it's crazy. During this live, Marcus Peters was cut, saving us $1.5 million in incentives that he was going to reach because of playing time, and we just cut Roderick Teamer because of that DUI. 2 guys gone. Big Al, I can't say Jefferson's going to be rusty, man. I know he's been gone for a while. I know he's been dealing with an injury, but to be honest, he's very young, and he's one of the premier wide receivers in the league. I'm expecting him to go out there and cook. Let me see. 2 open roster spots, Longy. Maybe, just maybe, you can bring McCormick up now. Just maybe. Just maybe. We got a presser? Do we have a presser? Oh, let's do it.
We saw Jack Jones came in that second half and got the opportunity to play a little bit for the first time since joining the team. What do you think of his just performance after you watched the tape?
Yeah, it was good to see him get some more reps than the week before against Miami. Obviously, he's going to be a work in progress, learn the system and scheme, but, the athleticism is there, the skills to cover what we want to do from a schematic standpoint with PG and the defense. He gives us some opportunities to make some plays, and obviously, as we go forward, his reps will grow with the confidence that the coaches have within him.
With Ja'Cory Bennett, I know he started the season and then he had some injuries and some ups and downs along the way. What's sort of gone into his progression, and how do you think he could maybe finish strong this last part of his rookie season?
I think when you're a rookie, you go through the roller coaster, right? The ups and downs. Start here at the high, you start and playing well, get nicked up a little bit, confidence, maybe a play or two here you wish you can take back. And I think what Ja'Cory has done a really good job of is just being a student of the game. He asks a lot of questions on the side. He's a sponge. Sometimes when you take a step back, it's going to be a positive going forward for us. And I really think that's going to be the case with JB. He was in good spirits yesterday. He was engaged. Again, every week is a new week. And when we get back, we'll assess it and see how it goes. And I'm sure he won't be out the lineup too long.
You keep an eye on that, especially as a former player that maybe has gone through some ups and downs in terms of how they're handling that. Sometimes the natural progression of this, and sometimes where you do have to take a step back.
Right. I think it's fine. I mean, I'll just remember my career, started here, and sometimes you need to take a step back, and really see the big pictures because you get caught up in the mix. And look, he's been training since December of last year, almost a full year. Your body is not used to the college football season just ended for him. You always hear about that rookie wall. I think that's real, not just mentally, not just physically, but mentally as well. And I think there's nothing wrong with resetting a young player, allow him to take a step back, learn from some older guys, get some more coaching time individually, more film study, and then get better on the practice field. And then that hopefully, shows up on game day.
AP, there's been 179 NFL games played so far this year, and only 2 teams, you and the Eagles, have had a game with no penalties. It's the first time since 2000 the Raiders have done it. It plagued this team prior to you taking over. What have you done to clean that up so dramatically?
I think just attention to details. I really, you look at, I think the first game was 3-3, then 5 against the Dolphins and 0. We're trending in the right way. Obviously, that's a negative. You hear most coaches say just 3 max. I'm saying why 3 at all? I think guys have really done a good job, and really go to our coaches, the technique, the fundamentals that we talk about in practice. We still got 4 or 5 individual periods each and every day that we work on those things. The later in the season you get, you can't have all the reps, right? So now you get more into the sound and being fundamentally sound as a team, and that's what we want to be. Taking care of the football, something else we did really well yesterday. We've had 2 games like that in the last 4. So just having those progressions, right, each and every week. Last week, just to go back, 3 turnovers, 5 penalties. This week, no turnovers, no penalties. And that's what you want to see with your team growing, especially in the later part of the season.
Throughout your career as a player and a coach, what would you say are some positives you can take away from having a bye later in the season?
Get healthy. 12 straight weeks in National Football League. That's tough. That's hard on the body. Yeah. And for our guys, they fought. You saw Max Crosby did a hell of a job coming out there. Colton Miller coming back. For those guys to come back and now have an extra, 7 or so days to get ready before our next game, before we play the Vikings, is huge for our team. Also, I think, it's also an opportunity for us to reset mentally. It's been a lot of trying times this year, a lot of ups and downs. And you sit back, you reset, you think about it, spend some time with your family. And then, come towards the end of the week, you start missing football again. That Friday, that Saturday, Sunday, you're not playing. Get these guys back in the building on Monday, and we're ready to roll.
There's reports out that Ryder Teamers being waived. Is that something you can comment on? Or
yeah, we decided to part ways.
Talk.
Obviously, there was an incident that
I like that.
What's the lesson of that for your team?
You didn't beat around it.
And is it worth having a conversation with the team about it?
Yeah, it is. Just making smart decisions. I think it goes for all of us. Ultimate respect for Teamer as a person. Got to know him well. Had a lot of good conversations with him. Wished him the best. Sometimes it's wrong timing, bad timing, and this is one of those cases. Decided to move forward, but I think all our guys need to understand this. Whatever you do on and off the field affects the decisions that's going to be made in this building, and we're going to do the best to protect the brand, the shield, and the Raiders organization.
AP, several of your players on both sides of the ball have discussed their input in the game plan. It's being listened to. It's being acclimated. How much of that comes from your experience as a player, where you felt like, man, I could offer, I need you to listen to me? Or how much does it just come from a coaching philosophy? A little bit of both. I have been coaching for quite a while now and obviously played as well. I think the input that you get there, especially from your good players, right? I know you're talking about, right? Jacobs and Devontae.
you'd be foolish not to listen to them, what they think works best for them or what they can do. I think that you then have to incorporate within what you're trying to do with your scheme. And does that fit in for this opponent? And every week it doesn't work out that way, right? Some weeks it's 100%. We take everything, all the input. Other weeks it's like, we got to put this on the back burner. But what also that does is it put everybody together, right? Players, the coaches, they're connected. They're working with one another. It's a team win. It's a team loss. I've said that before. I think it's important that everybody has a voice. But at the end of the day, myself, the coordinators have to make that decision.
Coach, what's the biggest area of progression you've noticed in Aiden O'Connell's game? Just now 5 games, good sample size. What's the
He's fast. He was cut. He's gone.
Much calmer, more poised on the sideline. Doesn't look rattled, doesn't look kind of wide-eyed a little bit. I do think the game is slowing down. I don't think it's there yet for him. That takes a while for all of us. But I do see a guy that's progressing as far as his mental capacity, what we're able to do. Are we doing more with him? I don't know. Are we doing less with him? I don't know. I think we're doing just enough to allow him to have a pretty good performance yesterday. Took care of the football. O-line did a great job. He didn't get hit until late in the fourth quarter. Didn't get sacked till the second to last play. Understanding how to get rid of the ball. I think he has a good command of our offense, getting us in and out the huddle. And those are all things that we can still improve on. So I would just say just the overall quarterback play. I think Jimmy and Brian Hoyer have done an outstanding job with him as well, from meetings to practice. You see that now carried over into the field on game day.
You see on film as far as Devontae's second half target, something he mentioned he was a little confused and frustrated. What was your sense watching the film?
Yeah, I just, you like I always say, you try to find the best ways you can to get the ball to 17 and 8, right? The main two guys there. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Either we miss the throw, we don't see the throw, we don't see the player, or it's designed for somebody else. A lot of factors goes into it, but there's never a play where we're not looking for 17 for the most part, But obviously you got to throw to the open receiver, and everything else got to play a part, right? Protection, the reads, things of that nature. So obviously frustrating for him, frustrating for me, because that's a good football player. You saw how the game started, and we wanted it to end that way, and we'll continue to work on that throughout the bye week.
Do you think yesterday the offense in the second half struggles was more Kansas City's adjustments or Raiders' failure to execute?
You're never going to knock another team, but it's Raiders. There's open players. We have opportunities. I'll say that. There's opportunities there, and the difference in that game, to be honest, you look at the stat sheet, 58 plays, right? Time possession, a minute, give or take. We outrush them almost double. Red zone. They're 3 for 3. We're 1 for 3. 7 explosive plays, over 15 for us, 17 for them. They just made them in the later part. We start off very hot. We didn't continue that. And, when you play a team like that, they're going to make the most of their opportunities. And Patrick Mahomes them did that. They did a good job. And when we had them, this happened. That happened. And that's the difference between winning and losing, man. To be honest, 3 to 4 plays in a game, especially when you play a clean game like we played yesterday, and there was no turnovers, there was no penalties, it was nothing of that nature. Just who made Jimmy's and Joe's. I always go back to that, Jimmy's and Joe's.
You mentioned the game slowing down for Aiden O'Connell, then you said it's slowing down for us. How much is it slowed down for you as the head coach?
Each and every game you get better, right? Hopefully. Some people say you're getting worse. That's cool. Everybody got an opinion. We know what that is. But for me, overall, just understanding how we operate, working with Pat, working with Tom, being side by side with Bo, working with Matt Sheldon, with the game management, that takes time. And I get it. I'm racing time now, right? Clock is ticking, right? It's almost over. I get it. But the best part about it, I know whenever this is over, I've gotten better. It'll be a better AP whenever that happens again. So I'm fine with that.
You talk about the players, getting healthy and all that. But what about for you? There's been a lot on your plate too this last month. What happens with Antonio for these next few days?
Shit. Get right.
Shit.
I got 5 weeks. Get right. If I don't get right, I have a lot more time off. 52 weeks. I could do the math.
Antonio, as a first-time head coach, as an interim coach, how tough or how easy is it to come to the decision to release somebody like Marcus Peters and deal with the teamer situation as well?
Yeah, it's always difficult when you have to release a player. That conversation I don't look forward to. Hate it. To be honest, I hate it. It's not good. It's not a good feeling. Me and MP had some good conversations throughout this entire process. When I was a linebacker coach, when he first got here, on and off the field, somebody I respect as a person. I respect what he's done in his game. He's professional. But it's a business. we're all going to get cut. We're all going to get fired. You get hired to get fired, right? So he understands that. I understand that it's a part of business that we all hate and it sucks.
You've seen general managers as a player and as a coach, and Champ believes in you. And I'm just curious, what are your thoughts of him as a general manager and the job he's doing?
Well, I think it goes hand in hand. Like if we're not partners in this and walking side by side, that's a problem. And you've seen really good relationships in the NFL from afar. And I think what Champ has done, which I really appreciate, is he has his opinion. He has his thought and his vision, but he brings it to me before he even says anything, asks me mine. And I think if we agree or disagree, we walk out understanding what's best for the organization, what's best for the team, what's best for us. And when you have that, then there's no hidden agenda and everything's out and open. It's black and white. There's no gray in this room. There's no gray in this building. Everybody knows where they stand. Me and Champ know where each other stand. We know what the vision and the culture and what we want this to look like for whatever many weeks we got going forward. And we're going to do our damnedest to make it happen. And we'll let the chips fall where they fall at the end of the day.
Phenomenal presser by our head coach, Antonio Pierce. Accountability, wants his players to have it. A reason why Roger Teamer's not here anymore. A reason why Marcus Peters is gone. I love it. Me personally, man, like I said before, you guys, I'm not going to act as though Antonio Pierce is the greatest. I'm not going to act as though he's the greatest option at head coach. But if you can have what he brings to the table and go out and get that offensive mind to help that offensive side of the football, you get that coordinator that can just take over that side, and you have the guy like him that accountability holds his team to a higher standard. To me, this is the kind of head coach you want. This is the kind of coach you want. You want a guy that is going to say everything that needs to be said. You know what I mean? That needs to be said. What he said about Roger Teamer, shit, he gone. I love it. He doesn't even think we went from and ums and having to think. He doesn't think. He just lets it fly because it's easy to him. I hope that he can win enough football games throughout the remainder of this season to win this job, and maybe, just maybe, an offensive coordinator, a highly sided one from the collegiate level, says, I want to go over there. And I'm going to play under Antonio. I want to coach under Antonio Pierce. I would love that. I would love that, man. Yeah, he didn't sugarcoat anything. I love that shit. Slow the pace, bro. I'm not going to lie. Even though it's a little too late for the playoffs, I'm actually enjoying watching Raider football in the overall aura. I agree with you, but I don't agree with you yet on the little too late for playoffs. There's still an opportunity until there's not. Go out there and win the football games you're supposed to win. You should beat the Colts. I know the Broncos are hot right now. I don't care. You should beat the Broncos. And they're at home, right? You got them at home. You should beat the Chargers this time around. They're struggling. Their defense is bad. That would be a great week to let the O just explode and put up a 40-piece special. There's winnable games on moving forward, and you can really be 10-7, 9-8, and sneak into the playoffs. But some of these games you have to win. The Colts are in front of you. Got to beat them. Broncos are in front of you. Got to beat them. Chargers is the conference game. You got to beat them. You know what I mean? The Chiefs, you have to win that football game because another conference win helps your reasoning to get into the playoffs and jump over another team potentially. But it's still a stretch pace. I'm just not willing to give up on it until it's completely over. You know what I mean? And right now, I'm saying, LV, there's a chance. You just have to take it week by week. And I hope that this is the most important week of the season right here, you got. Like, real talk. I don't think people realize that. This is the most important week of our season, the bye week. Our guys finally get an opportunity to sit down and analyze what the hell is going on. 4 weeks, and our head coach, Antonio Pierce, just has to go with the flow. Go, go, go. Bo Hardigree just has to go. There's no time to sit back and figure out shit. You're figuring it out on the fly. This is the most important week of our season, the bye week, where we get a real week to get some rest and to get back to the drawing board and figure out what's going to work for us moving forward throughout the season. Simple and plain. It is what it is. So, hey, maybe I'm smoking on that hopium. Y'all can say whatever you want. But until there's not a chance, there's a chance. And right now, the bye week, we hit it at the perfect time. Allow our guys to get healthy. Allow these guys the coaches to come together in that headquarters and put a few more plays on the defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball, and put something together, man. Salute to Hammer. 2 roster spots open. Is Barnett still available? He's still available. Wish AP was one of my head coaches. Raiders. Agree. Yes, Barnett is still available. I do believe, though, that we may look at our practice squad. We may bring up a guy or two. You know what I mean? We may bring up some of our own guys. They already know the system. Coming in a bye week would be a good time to bring in a veteran like Barnett, though, right? Allow him to get a week, in the playbook before he goes out there. But, yes, he still is available, little bro. And salute to my dog, Perk Angle. Just got off work, checking in. I still can't believe CM Punk is back in WWE. Also, that man, Randy Orton, came back jacked. Crazy, bro. Right, Perk? Insane, bro. And they'll both be on Monday Night Raw tonight, bro. Tune in. Salute to my dog, Perk Angle, man. Yeah, there's optimism. Yeah, definitely, man. Like Mitch don't like a lot what he says is gospel. I mean, look, man, everybody else is going to have their own opinions and their own takes on this team, right? And, some people have to do different things to do do things, right? I don't have to go walk down the hall and knock on my boss's door. You know what I mean? And I don't have certain quotas that I may have to reach. Certain people have to do certain things for their situation to work. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody's situation is different. You know what I mean? And with me, I get to sit at home around all my Raiders shit and do it how I see fit. And why beat up this team coming off of two pretty good performances? Yeah, 2 losses, but they're building something. I'm here for it. I'm not going to jump off the rail and get all emotional and say we need to do this. We got to fire this person. We got to fire that person. I'm not going to do all that. For what? Because I've been through too many of them. I've been here for a long time. I know how that goes. Let these guys have every opportunity to figure this thing out. They got 5 more games, I believe, right? 5 more games. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying go sign AP to a 10-year deal or go sign. Just let them have these 5 games to figure it out. Yes, Marcus Peters is cut and Roderick Teamer is gone. I am punchy. This is facts, bro. Facts. My boss is definitely a lot hotter. Salute to Punchy. Yeah, against playoff caliber teams. We get to see who we are now, man. We played against the top, upper echelon of the NFL, the Chiefs, and the Miami Dolphins. We beat the Giants and the Jets, 2 lowly teams in the NFL, right? And now we have a bunch of teams that are in front of us where we get an opportunity to maybe steal some games and move up the ladder in the playoff, playoff rankings, man. So it is what it is. Salute to Raider Rios. I hate that so-called fans have given up on AP, O'Connell, etc. I love AP as a coach. He is my type of coach. He's my type of coach too. Rios is someone that's played the game, played baseball, football, it always worked for me to have a guy like him around. Like always. Not a guy like Josh McDaniels, a guy like he always unlocked my full potential, whether it came down to baseball, football, basketball. When I had a guy that was a rah-rah guy that called it how he see it, that always helped me. You know what I mean? So I agree with you, but everyone has their reasoning. I'm not going to call anybody a fake fan for wanting to move on. Cool. If that's what you want to do, cool. I'm just saying, me personally, sometimes you got to kick back and just say, man, let me just trust the process and see where we're going. Because you guys, we weren't supposed to be here right now. We weren't supposed to be 5-7 with a new head coach and new offensive coordinator. This wasn't what was supposed to be at all. This is supposed to be year 2 in Josh McDaniel and Zeke's new regime and trying to figure it out. We weren't supposed to be here. We were supposed to be here. So now we have to figure out how to work with what we got. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah, OG. Let's be realistic. Folks, Bo and AOC had no time on task but for 4 damn games. There you have it. And there you go. And I like that. Amik said he thinks we're the better team. That's the AP effect. Factory. Jimmy, I think you have to. You need competition. A few of those guys are going to fall into the second round, though. So, if there's just a defensive player there where you just can't miss out on, or maybe a tackle, right, where it's like, oh my God, bro, like we have an upgrade at right tackle right now. Luminor's moving on in free agency. Maybe Mumford's not the guy. I don't know, right? But either way, I'm taking a quarterback in the first 2 or 3 rounds. Period. This isn't one of those drafts where I'm sitting back and waiting till the 4th, 5th, 6th round. I'm not doing that. I'm taking one early. And if one of those guys are available, when we draft a Bo Nix or, a Penix, one of those guys, you may have to jump on. You may have to jump on it. Travis, we're not going to keep Jimmy G either. He's gone too. Post June 1st, I believe, we'll be cutting him. We'll just eat that money. We're going to cut him. So we're going to probably need 2 more quarterbacks. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be shocked if we got one early in the draft and took a UDFA and put him on a practice squad and stashed him away. But yeah, man. Other than that, you guys, coming up on 2 hours, man. I don't want to beat it to an oblivion. I just want to say, man, I'm happy and proud of the kid, Aiden O'Connell, man. He went out there and he did work against one of the greatest defenses in the NFL right now. 248 yards in the air, a touchdown, no picks, was sacked once. He looked really good out there. It was good to see Josh have a big game again. We need him to have these games more frequently in order for us to steal some of these wins or steal some of these games on our schedule moving forward. Salute to AP for holding the team accountable, getting rid of Marcus Peters and dropping Roger Teamer after that DUI. I love it. That's what you need from your head coach. Salute to Max for going out there and fighting with his guys, fighting for his guys with that knee injury. It is really bad. You can tell that he had to fight through it. It just insane to watch Max Crosby go out there and perform the way he did. And we'll break the game down a little bit more during the week. But I just want to say, man, salute to Aiden, salute to AP. Carlson, man, you got to get it together, brother. You've been missing more kicks frequently. Even AJ Cole with that shank that put the Chiefs at the 40-yard line, that killed us. We can't afford that. We need you to be the best punter in the league like you are. You know what I mean? We can't afford those shanks putting another team at the 40-yard line to come down and just completely end the game. You know what I mean? But other than that, we'll be back soon, you guys. OakLosVegas.com. Go get some drip. WoodsonWhiskey.com. Go get you a GOAT bottle of that whiskey. Tell them Graphk sent you. And other than that, man, I love you guys, man. As always, I appreciate you guys. Love y'all, man. Wow.